What is going on, Link Pro Tackle fam? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Y'all absolutely made my day with the DRT police drop. Very excited about hopefully getting those in maybe in the next month or so. TKs and K9s, I'm sure a lot of you are also wondering what's going on with those. Supply has been really low, so we just haven't been able to get any lately. We are hoping those will also come in about a month or so. In the meantime, if you didn't see the last video, we do have a drop going on for these Texas Swimbait chopper glides. These things here can be retrieved so many different ways. It is a very choppy glide bait, yes. However, the amount of actions and different ways to fish it are incredible. You can almost just turn it with the reel handle and it's going to do your normal glide, left right. You can add in some rod tip twitches and it's going to make it dart extremely fast. And then if you work it like a jerk bait on almost a slack line with the rod tip, this thing almost dead walks in place. Super deadly bait. We got 3 colors dropping, 10 of each color. We got gizzard, shiner, as well as threadfin, all going up on Monday the 10th at 10 o'clock Central Time. So be on the lookout for that. It should go extremely quick. Hopefully we can get another batch in very soon. We got a bunch of cool baits in here as well from Jackall. We're going to be going over those. A lot of these I'm very excited to get in the shop here. When it comes to winter and finesse cranking, it's really hard to beat something like an eye by eye shad from Megabass. I've got one tied up on my rod right here, actually. The rod I personally throw the eye by eye shad on is going to be a G Loomis NRX Plus 902. As you can see, that cork's got some wear on it. This thing's seen a couple miles or so. There is that eye by eye shad, and it's in a category of lures that doesn't directly fall into a crankbait, but can also be used as something like a rip bait, a pull bait, or something like a suspending jerk bait. So there's a lot of different ways you can fish the eye by eye shad, but coming out from Jackall, we have the soul shads. Now we don't have a ton of colors. We do have a couple in the 62 DRSPs. That's going to be this one right here. These are going to dive down to 2 meters. They come suspending, so if you do upgrade the hooks, they are going to become slow sinking. If you do downsize the hooks, I guess, it's going to be a slow float. What's really cool about these is that you can fish them a lot of the same ways. It's going to have a lot rounder bill, a lot skinnier bill. So these are going to be more similar to something like a shad wrap, if you're familiar with that from Rapala, as well as a lot of other really, finessey baits. These are going to be great in the winter time. These are great in the fall time when fish are feeding up on smaller sized bait fish. This thing right here is going to be 62 millimeters. So overall, it's about almost 2 inches in the main body. And then, it's really not that big. It's about, the size of my fingers. So very easy meal. You can throw this out there, crank it down, and it's going to suspend where you need it to, fish it around cover. This will also be great around chunk rock, rip wrap. When those fish, bait fish especially, are getting really deep in those rocks, with the elongated bill, you're not going to be catching your treble hooks on a lot of that rock. So as it's down there and it slowly just suspends, you can barely twitch the rod tip. This thing's going to hit the rocks down there and it's going to pop back up a little bit. So I highly recommend fishing these really on anywhere from 6 to 10 pound line. That's going to be the main strength of these soul shads here, the 62s. And then we also have the 62 DD RSP. The DD is going to get around that 5.2 meter, very elongated bill, a little more similar to the eye by eye shad TX. With this one being more similar to the Type 3 in the eye by eye shed by Megabass. But these do not have as big of a weight transfer system in it, so I do recommend a much lighter rod than maybe a 902, maybe go down to a 901. You can definitely still throw it on a 902 with the correct line sizing. But these do not weigh as much, and the transfer system isn't as powerful as something like the eye by eye shed, but these are super amazing. The hooks on them, they're going to be a little bit longer shank than I personally like. I might go to something like a Fang 12. That would probably be my main replacement for these right here, but they do have a weight transfer system in it. Again, not going to be as powerful as something like the mega bass. But again, we got a couple colors in each. We have in the DDs, we've got this one right here. This one is the Mamo Inako Laser. So it's going to have the blue with the Shad chrome body. And then the other one here is going to be a Wakasaki. So this color here in that deeper one. And then we've got 3 colors actually in the DRSP. Wakasaki, Gill, as well as that same laser. So chrome blue, blue back, going to be super, super cool. A lot more stuff to get to from Jackall. Now, we did get the 4-inch elastomer drift fry, and last time we now have the 3-inch versions. These are going to come 5 to a pack. These things are badass. $17.99. Of course, it is Elastec material, or I guess TPE material, to where it is extremely stretchy. These little 3-inchers, if you are a bait finesse fanatic, you love throwing like little jig minnow stuff, little Ned rigs, these things right here are going to be super, super cool. Look at that. Really, really neat baits from Jackall. Of course, with the Jackall Drift Fry, they all come with this little lip here to help the rolling action. And again, on a Ned rig, this is going to look really, really amazing if you're into that finesse fishing. Another cool thing you can do with it is drop shot it. You can throw it on a really, really light drop shot hook. I definitely recommend something like a hover hook. Especially the smaller size, to keep this extremely vertical, and you can kind of just pop it, and that bill's going to help make it dart around. So very, very cool elastomer drift fry. Very fortunate to have these. Again, you can check them out in 3-inch and 4-inch on the website lakeprotackle.com. Now, I'm sure if you saw the thumbnail of this video, you are very, very excited about these guys right here. These are the Jackall brake blades, and we have the super brake blades in 3/8 ounce, and also the fine brake blade over here in 3/16. Now this thing is very, very small. If you're a bait finesse type of guy, this is for you. This thing, again, 3/16 ounce. And what's really unique about the brake blades, if you've never heard of these vibrating jigs here, is that they have a keel system on them. These come through cover extremely, extremely well. Lily pads, trees, rocks even. There is a little weed guard, structure guard on the bottom. These are made of titanium. These are going to be a little bit thicker gauge than the top ones, and it really keels the bait to where the hook stays out of the cover. Now, there's also 4 other titanium guards at the very top, which protect the hook a little bit, and you're going to be able to roll this wherever you really need to, where you normally wouldn't throw a chatterbait or a bladed jig, where you would normally throw a swim jig. That's where you can throw these right here. So again, we got a little 3/16 fine brake blade, as well as the super brake blade here in 3/8 ounce. And again, really the only difference between the two is you're just upsizing a little bit. And these are, I will note, these are tungsten, so they do put out a very, very unique sound compared to something like a jackhammer or an Evo, or even a Thunder Cricket for that matter. But y'all, these are going to go hot. Probably let's do Tuesday. We got the Texas Swimbaits going up Monday. Let's go ahead and drop these on Tuesday for y'all. Very, very excited about these. These super brake blades, they do come with a little bit finer hook, not as strong as something like a jackhammer for the US versions, I guess. But what's really neat about these is that they are Teflon coated and ultra, ultra sharp. So the Jackall super brake blades are also wire tied in, and make sure to take off this little red tab so you can actually hook your fish.
It's all about the keeper, Sam.
Yeah, that's another thing. The keeper on the super brake blade is not molded in like a traditional jig head would be, I guess. This one here uses just a little piece of monofilament, just hand tied in there. It is one of my favorite keepers out there. I really don't like the ones that have the really protruding arrow on the top, bottom, or sides. This one here, it keeps it on there for as long as you really need it. You're not going to fling anything off, and if you do pair up something like a drift fry or some other Elastec material, it's going to lock it on there. You can push it back up a little bit here and there, but this guy is very, very superior at coming through specific cover, especially hard cover. So we've got a couple different colors. I will show them to you. We have Japan Shad in both sizes. We also have this guy right here. This is a hologram Hasu in the 3/8 ounce. Now we do have more colors in the 3/16. We have Japan Shad, Hasu, no, sorry, not Hasu. We got Japan Shad, Super White, which is almost more of like a Clearwater Shad, and like the Jackall, or sorry, not Jackall, the Chatterbait Jackhammer, very similar, something like that. And then this one right here is a shrimp color, Suji Shrimp. Honestly, it's more of a green pumpkin shad, where it's got green pumpkin top, little brown top, as well as a pearly bottom. And it's really cool. It's very iridescent, great for clear water. So bunch of really cool stuff coming out from Jackall Japan over here. So make sure to check the website out for all these guys right here. Again, the Super Break Blades are very limited, so these are going to go extremely quick for those of you who snag them up. Thank you very much. Of course, check out the Texas Swimbait drop, as well as these Soul Shads here and Drift Fry. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time at Lake Pro Tackle. See you guys.